Morning, Gemini viewers. Welcome back to Will's Cartomancy Tarot. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, what I like to do is to go in and just give you your general romantic reading on, how your ex is really feeling about you. And ladies and gentlemen, this reading also applies to myself too. So let's see what we have here. Today, I've decided, ladies and gentlemen, to go on and just use my zombie oracle deck here, tarot cards, I mean. And I've already shuffled as illustrated as we see here. Ladies and gentlemen, I've also decided to go on and use a few additional oracle cards to just go on and give you a few more pardon or a bit more pardon advice. And ladies and gentlemen, as we go through this reading, if it resonates, go on and give it a big thumbs up. If you've yet to subscribe, ladies and gentlemen, please take a few moments to do so now. Okay, so let's go on and get started. I'm going to start first by making a few general observations to just give you a bit more insight into your situation. Okay, let's just look here at your cards there. Okay, you have basically a predominance there of, a lot of, cup cards there. So it certainly shows that, you guys are really having a lot of emotional type concerns, and possibly there is a lot of bickering and disagreements and arguing with these sword cards that are kind of shown there in your reading as well. Okay. I also notice here that you might also become a bit overindulgent. When you're kind of seeing an overabundance there of cup cards, so you may want to um, just want to watch out for that, and because that could kind of make you become very insensitive and again overindulgent. Okay. You also have a predominance here of high cards, so it certainly shows that you are certainly, ladies and gentlemen, are about to experience major changes. Okay, so get ready for a new way of life here. Okay, you also have two sevens here, so it shows that you're going to be receiving some news that's going to be coming towards you. It also suggests that, during this time frame from now until the end of the month, I'm seeing a lot of frivolous fun that you will be having, and perhaps impulsive extravagance. Okay, and when you have these two fives here, it's certainly signaling to you that caution is indeed required or urged. Okay, so I'm kind of feeling here just also when I'm looking here, I see this. I'm just going to combine this Hierophant card along with the Seven of Wands, and that suggests to me that your connection with your ex has a strong potential. It looks like for abuse or verbal, or physical, you know. And because you have a predominance here of, cup cards there, I feel that the abuse probably would be more leaning towards emotional, withholding love or affection, with perhaps a tad bit of verbal abuse, being very distant or silent, when you're having these sword cards there also connected, okay? I'm also seeing too that, connecting this Hierophant along with that Five of Cups there, that shows, as well as actually this Two of Cups, it kind of shows, past failed relationships or repeated, letdowns that you guys have experienced or that we have experienced, because it also affects me in a relationship. Okay. And you also have this King of Swords and that Page of Swords there. And that definitely shows cheating, some type of infidelity that may have gone on with you and the ex. Okay. I'm also seeing here too that you have two, it looks like two minor timing conjunctions. And it looks like that, ladies and gentlemen, you are about to kind of go through a new cycle. And with having that Nine of Cups there appearing before, really that, you have that High Priestess too. This kind of says that within perhaps 28 days, you're going to certainly experience great happiness, and you're going to start to see some improvement in this area after about, I'm feeling 9 days. And the remaining 19 days will be happy, okay? Is going to progress smoothly through those. And with having this, High Priestess cards there, you're going to learn to kind of focus more on yourself than on others. And you're going to know your self worth. I'm feeling, although, I'm kind of still feeling that uh, you might not still be as happy as you would like to be. should you decide to kind of go back and reconcile with this person. Okay. And, with this Two of Cups there, that appears directly afterwards, after the High Priestess, that kind of signifies the end of a cycle, which indicates about perhaps, ladies and gentlemen, 2 weeks ago, you might have been concerned about an emotional attachment you might have had with your ex. And, you know, this card is telling you that you decided to perhaps use your intuition, when it comes to kind of, or came to kind of deciding or figuring out what would be your best step forward. Okay? And you also, ladies and gentlemen, have a major conjunction here too with this Hierophant falling immediately, ladies and gentlemen, before that that Five of Cups card. I'm sorry, the Seven of Cups card, as well as the Seven of Wands. And so this kind of says, ladies and gentlemen, that you found yourself in the midst of a rather tense situation, and it could have been in either business or it could have been in any other artistic type endeavor that you've been pursuing. And some of you might have defended what you kind of stood for, or your area of expertise, I'm feeling. And you might even thought of kind of parting ways, perhaps extricating yourself from a business situation, perhaps that you feel that perhaps didn't go smoothly, perhaps due to really unorthodox rules and or guidelines. Okay, and this could have potentially happened in 7 days, I'm feeling, or 7 days ago. And I'm feeling that you might even started to kind of look at other options as you realize that some were not as good as what they appeared to be. But you're gonna kind of learn to kind of see things more on a clearer level. Okay. You also, ladies and gentlemen, have this Eight of Pentacles there, and I'm going to combine that along with that Hierophant. So this shows that some of you are very religious, or you have a philosophic type background in some sense, or maybe you're even pursuing philosophic studies. Okay. We also have this Eight of Wands there along with the Page of Sword. So that shows that for some of you, I'm seeing some type of travel that might be coming up for you guys. Either it could be by air or either road. Okay. So ladies and gentlemen, let's go on and get started here, examining the card falling to the bottom of the deck. Here we have that Nine of Cups. So this card connects with Jupiter, and it also, denotes water signs, Cancer, Pisces, or Scorpio. And this card is certainly all about wishes coming true, or complacency, or stability and happiness. It kind of shows, ladies and gentlemen, that the concerns that you have about your romantic situation, as well as the fact that you want your ex to kind of be a bit different from what you've been accustomed, than what he or she's been accustomed to doing or being or acting. Okay, you want things to be a bit different. Okay, or you might even want to just continue on branching out with someone else because you'll feel somewhat, I'm feeling with this card, a bit used. So this card is kind of asking you too, ladies and gentlemen, you better be careful what you ask for. Okay. And with having this Eight of Wands there, and of course Mercury is in Sagittarius, and it also represents a Leo and an Aries. And this card is all about swiftness, interrogation, and a hint, ladies and gentlemen, of urgency. So this card gives speed to a relationship, and it shows others pursuing you, but shows dissatisfaction if you decide to kind of return to the past. Okay? With the High Priestess, okay, the Moon actually rules this card, and it denotes an air sign, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. And this card, ladies and gentlemen, is all about wisdom, secrets, and indeed distraction. This kind of shows, your communication with your ex might be a bit flippant or muddled in some sense, if you will. And you might have an arduous time kind of getting to the bottom of things, because there are indeed secrets here. And perhaps you and your ex might even be withholding something or kind of keeping an aspect about yourself secretive. Okay? I'm feeling that you're going to be confused. And really, ladies and gentlemen, it looks like at a crossroad, but you might want to allow time to be the deciding factor. Okay? And looking at this last card, I kind of pulled several cards from the bottom of the deck. It's the Two of Cups there. Okay, and this, Venus is in Cancer with this card, and it denotes a water sign: Pisces, Scorpio, in or Cancer. So you eventually have to kind of make a decision, as you are kind of, it looks like you're torn, ladies and gentlemen, between two or more people, and it seems like you're going to have to get rid of um, the relationships that appear to not be working with you. If you've been in an existent relationship for a long time, you might want to just continue on with that and just say goodbye to the past if it's not really giving you what you really want. Okay? So, yet, ladies, despite I'm feeling um, your desire to I'm kind of feeling that despite all of this, I'm still feeling that you're gonna still kind of see each other, but I just don't feel that the relationship is really gonna make you happy. Okay, let's move right along to your next card here, ladies and gentlemen. We have this Five of Cups card there, and Mars is in fact, you know, in Scorpio with this card. Okay, and basically, what I'm gonna do, actually, I'm gonna actually take a bit of a step back, um, to just go on and just start it off. I'm gonna start off with this higher font card just to really just focus more on how your lover really feels more about you, and then we'll kind of get back to that Five of Cups. So let's start with the higher font. Okay, so this card definitely refers to an Earth type sign: Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn. And this card is all about, ladies and gentlemen, persistence, or conformity, or loyalty and tradition. So therefore, ladies and gentlemen, your ex kind of feels that you are, looks like you are a very honest person, for the most part, and he or she kind of highly regards you and feels that he or she can kind of rely on you for things, due to your benevolent nature, usually. Okay, and he or she even might even see you as a traditionalist, even religious, and a bit smart too when you're kind of seeing that card there. Okay, um, and I'm kind of getting a feeling that with your next card here falling next is Five of Cups. That kind of, again, is Mars is in Scorpio with this card, and since this card is also represents a water sign: Pisces, Cancer, and also Scorpio. This card is all about guilt, denial or loss, and even, ladies and gentlemen, patrimony, and kind of a bit of a element of surprise when you're kind of having that card there. So your ex kind of feels that you are kind of experiencing much grief and perhaps can't really see the forest from the trees at this moment, you know, and you can't really see the fact that the relationship to your ex appears salvageable to him or her, if you give him or her another chance. Okay, looking at your next card here, we have that Eight of Hazards. Okay, and so with this card, ladies and gentlemen, the sun is in Virgo, and it also connects with Capricorn and and Taurus. Okay, so this card is all about meticulousness, precision, discipline, and a lot of self confidence. So your ex feels that you kind of want to take your time and strengthen the connection you two shared, but you might be a little inexperienced, I'm feeling, when it kind of comes to situations like this, because of the symbol that's kind of shown or represented there in this card. Okay, despite the fact that you have the discipline to kind of do what's needed, I'm kind of feeling. Okay, now let's look on and move on and see what potential challenge or challenges you might be up against should you decide to kind of reconnect. Okay, and the card, ladies and gentlemen, falling in this position is the Queen of Cups. Okay? So this card refers to a water sign: Scorpio, Pisces, or Cancer, and it's certainly all about spontaneity, generosity, and introspection. So since this card is challenging you, it shows that you might be a bit, I'm feeling, unstable, ladies and gentlemen, emotionally, or confused, and not really know how to kind of express yourself, as to also deciding what would be your best approach, should you do decide to continue with this relationship. And I'm feeling that you're going to certainly have to contend with your ex cheating still. And there certainly will be a lot of selfishness and jealousy that I feel that is going to be a factor, okay? And you're going to find a connection draining and codependent, finding yourself, ladies and gentlemen, contributing more financially than your ex, potentially. I kind of feel too that alcohol and or drug abuse might also be contributing factors. Okay? So now, ladies and gentlemen, as you realize with any circumstance that we go through in life, certain things, even though we kind of place a level of importance on it, they may not be as important as you think. So let's go on and examine what's really not important in your situation at this moment, okay? We have the Seven of Wands card there that's appearing. And so Mars is in Leo with this card and connects also with Sagittarius and Aries. So this card is all about defense, perplexity and kind of standing your own ground or holding the fort, if you will. Therefore, now is certainly, ladies and gentlemen, not the time to kind of fight something out or fight the situation out or even, in fact, pick an argument, okay? Because it's not going to get you anywhere, or even fear the possibility of strife, okay? So now you may ask, then, what is important, okay? So let's go on and examine the card fall in this position. We have that Seven of Cups there. And Venus is in Scorpio, and it also connects with Cancer and Pisces. So this card is all about delusions, self-indulgence, escapism, even, ladies and gentlemen, wishful thinking. So instead, it's certainly now important to kind of focus on what you want to kind of manifest and work on what's needed and watch out for the perils, ladies and gentlemen, of addiction and dependency. And try to stop thinking negatively and give thanks to the divine for all, in fact, that you do have and all, in fact, that you've achieved thus far. Okay, let's look at what's potentially hidden in this relationship that you may not be aware of. We have that King of Swords falling in that position. And this card refers to an air sign, Gemini, Aquarius, Libra. And it's also all about, ladies and gentlemen, manipulation, paranoia, brevity, okay, as well as craftiness, okay? So this card shows a lot of distrust that you're going to need to discuss and resolve should you wish to continue this relationship. And there might even be instances where power might be used for self, for self, you know, aggrandizement, I'm feeling, you know, purposes. And in the end, I'm feeling that, with the Seven of Cups here, kind of right there, kind of coming before this card, you're going to feel like you've been kind of living, ladies and gentlemen, in perhaps a fantasy world, and you're going to subsequently remove your red colored glasses, if you will, to see your way clear. And with the sword card here falling last, ladies and gentlemen, that shows that there, I'm feeling that you're going to definitely discover the truth about your situation. Okay, so let's go on and review your likely outcome in this situation here. We have this Page of Swords there. And so this card connects with air signs once again, Aquarius, Gemini, or Libra. And since it's a page, it also connects with earth signs, Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn. So this card is all about, ladies and gentlemen, circumspection, surprises, or even spying and deceit. So your ex might, so you might want to kind of take a step back and reassess your situation and give yourself time to kind of view your situation, the pros and cons, I think for before you make a decision. And I'm feeling that for some of you, this ex might even be a bit younger than you, and for some of you, your ex might even be in prison. Okay, so I'm feeling there will be a lack of true intimacy, but you're going to find it hard to kind of let this person go. I'm feeling, but despite it all, a new beginning is coming in pressure. It's going to kind of ease off a bit, but here again, I don't feel that you're going to be happy because there will be a lot of with this X, it seems there's going to be a lot of criticism that might be potentially directed towards you. So now having spoken about the tarot cards here, I just want to just go on and just add another dimension to your reading. And, I added 4 additional cards. We're going to start with the cards that I selected from the Wisdom of the House of the Night card. Okay, and the card here shows a bunch of chaos. So this is showing a lot of misunderstandings, a lot of chaos that might be brewing. you know. And what this card is kind of telling you is that despite it all, you really have nothing to fear, you know. And this card reminds you that um, things are going to clear up and better things are kind of coming towards you. But how, you know, however, if you guys have kind of created this problem or this chaos, you yourself have to clear it up. But if others are the cause, you're going to have to, as I've already indicated, step aside and wait, you know, and wait out this storm, okay? Because you're definitely going to be glad you did. And the next card that I decided to pull also comes from this same deck. And the message with that card is indeed strength. Okay? So this card is certainly telling you, ladies and gentlemen, that you certainly do, once again, you have the strength to kind of get through this all, you know. You're presently feeling challenged and may not feel that you have the endurance to get through it, but you can. This card is certainly suggesting this. Okay? So no matter really what's kind of occurring for you now, you know, you definitely have the inner strength to get through it. Okay. And last but not least, ladies and gentlemen, I decided to go on and select two additional cards from the Psychic Tarot deck. And the first card selected, ladies and gentlemen, is pretty much awareness. Okay. So it's just, this card really is just reminding you that you do already, in fact, have this psychic ability, or you have great intuition to trust on your inner strength and your inner guidance to kind of direct your life and your path to where you would like it to be, you know. And it represents your ability, ladies and gentlemen. You have the power to create your own reality here. So this card is kind of asking you to kind of continue to acknowledge your strength here. And this card also, you know, we wanted to relate this to the tarot. It's just like the magician. So it certainly shows a new beginning. It's a hand for you, and that you have all of the necessary resources to make a very good decision as to, you know, your next step. Okay. And last but not least, ladies and gentlemen, I decided to go on and select a new another card. And the message here is true. And this card is certainly telling you, ladies and gentlemen, is that you will perceive the truth in a situation that perhaps, you know, kind of um, put you at odds, you know. And the truth will soon be revealed about this. And just trust in your intuitive faculty to have you to help you realize this. And it's kind of, you know, coming forth to ask you to kind of evaluate your past, you know, along with whatever lessons or whatnot that you may have learned, and to understand what has occurred. And, you know, now it might be kind of time for you to kind of to forgive, to accept and heal whatever has happened, and to look forward to, you know, to take new steps, you know, to reach where you would like to go. Okay. And this card, once again, ladies and gentlemen, this equates to the Judgment card in that. So it's almost again a rebirthing type experience, a second time to probably get out of a rut. So Gemini, this is what I have for you. I certainly hope that this reading has offered food for thought. I certainly look forward to hearing your comments. And once again, if it resonated, go on and give it a big thumbs up. If you've yet to subscribe, please take a few moments to do so now. And Gemini, if interested in a more personalized reading, or should you wish to submit a donation, you can certainly send that along via PayPal to WAT61073 at gmail.com. If you'd like to have a personalized reading, you can certainly contact me at that email address. Thanks a lot for your time and for viewing, and I look forward to hearing your comments. Enjoy your day.